Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to my channel. Uh, this video is I don't know, I have update. So I don't know if any of you have ever noticed this bulge on my neck. Actually, a couple of people do not notice it, or everybody doesn't notice it until I point to it, or until you're like in very close proximity to me before you can notice it. So that's an enlarged thyroid. So I had been contemplating taking it out for like 2 years or more, and I finally decided that okay, yes, I was going to do it, and so of course I decided to do it in the UK. So I was looking online, I was looking on YouTube for someone who had done it, so I can know like what to expect and what happens after the surgery. So it's called the thyroidectomy, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, and I couldn't find, and I just thought, oh, maybe I should make a video um of my own experience, and maybe it could be helpful to someone out there. So yeah, when I went to the hospital, I was told that an enlarged thyroid is actually very common in women, and I can't remember the figure exactly, but I would research and put it over this video. And I'm supposed to have my surgery tomorrow, and surprisingly, I'm very relaxed about it. Like, I'm not bothered. I don't think that anything will go wrong. Well, this is my voice now. This is how I sound. So one of the things that could happen is that my voice could change, uh, for the better or for the worse. It depends. I don't know. That's one of the things that could happen. So this is what I sound like now. This is what I've always sounded like, and I'll let you know once post surgery. So I had to go to the hospital to run some tests, like to give my blood sample and um, skin sample, if that's the thing, but like to answer some questions to be sure that I'm fit for surgery. So a couple of days later, which is supposed to be tomorrow, I'm going to go in for my surgery. And unfortunately, I just got my nails did, and I have to take them out. Actually, these are my nails, so I have to take the polish out, and I feel so sad because, like, look, it's so fine, I think, and I really love the color, and they're still new, and I have to take them out, unfortunately. So yeah, that's about life updates. Like I always say, my channel chronicles my life and everything in between, and this is one part of my life. And yeah, I have several other content on my channel. If you could go and look through and watch what is interesting to you, and let me know your thoughts. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment. See you soon. Good morning, guys. So it's surgery day today, like I said before. This is a couple of days after I made the other video, and I'm sorry for surgery. I'm supposed to go in at 11, and this is like 10. And yeah, I'm at the hospital now. That's it. So I'm having the procedure at the Royal Victoria Infirmary, and for my research, it's supposed to last maybe 2 hours, and I'm supposed to fast. I've taken off my nails, and I'm sad, and they've already broken. I'm sad about my nails, not about anything else. But yeah, so I'm going to video as much as I can, or talk as much as I can. This is my voice again, just in case my voice my voice ceases or my voice changes, because the thing is on the voice box, in case you didn't see it before. So yeah, that is it. It's close to the voice box. So yeah, in case I sound different when I come back, this is reference for me. And it's just a one night over, and it's pretty straightforward. Hopefully it will be straightforward, and see you guys when I'm out. So guys, this is me going into the hospital all pumped up and having no worries. This is my waiting area. I had to wait here for when they were ready for me, and then I got my name tag, and I had this bag that had some things that I need for me to put my things, my personal effect. good?
I'm fine. Look who's here.
They said flowers are not in the room. Oh, no. So Jay left and then I came back and changed into this theater wear and the socks and waited for them. So you guys, I've been here since 9. I actually got to the hospital at 9, but I came here at like 10:20, and all they've done is just talk to me like, this is what is going to happen, this is what we're going to do to you. And then now they just give me paracetamol, like 2 tablets of paracetamol, and it's, what time is it? It's 4:49. I'm so hungry because I was told not to eat before coming. So now I'm just hungry, and they say I'm going to go in maybe another 40 minutes. Hi guys, so I'm here with Mary, the fighter. She's alright. Strong girl. What do you want to say? Right? But it will heal and everything's gonna be gone. Right? Okay, we'll update you soon. She's gonna rest now. Morning, guys. My boyfriend's gone. This, just ignore it. So this is what it looks like now. It was glued, and this is where the real cut is, I think. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary. If you're new here, you haven't seen me before and you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Mary, and this is a post-operation live update. So at the beginning of this video I had spoken about me going into the theater to get my a goiter removed. So I did have a goiter. It was somewhere here, it was swollen. So I decided, the first time I went to the hospital to get it checked out, because obviously I knew it was a goiter. I mean, we all knew about the effects um, of one being deficient in iodine is goiter, right? The swelling in the throat or in the neck. So yeah, when I first saw it, when I noticed it, I knew what it was. But then I went to the hospital, and then I was told that it wasn't active, so I could just let it be. But then I traveled again, and I noticed that it was getting bigger. I got worried. I went to the hospital, and they did a scan. At this time, they said he had multiple noodles or nodes or something. So it was not just the swollen bit. There was some other things. Then I got worried, and I told them that, okay, you know what, I want to take it out. I'm actually getting worried. And then you know how it is with the NHS. I had series of appointments, I had series of tests, and then eventually they fixed a date for me to have the surgery, which is a couple of days after I made the intro of this video. So I was due to have my surgery on the 8th of August, and I had gone in, I think, a week or two before that to get my blood samples taken to do like various tests to be sure that I am fit for surgery. And funny story, every time I went to the hospital that I had to I needed my blood sample taken, it was a pretty straightforward process. So like, it's mostly always on my left arm, and it was always a very straightforward process. Like, I just go in, they put in the needle, I turn away, and there's blood flowing everywhere. But for some reason this time it was such a task. I went in, we did every other thing. They asked all the like history questions, like health history questions, and then when it got to time for them to take the blood, it was a case. So the needle went in, Nothing. They couldn't find, like, it actually went into the vein, but then there was no blood flowing. And they were like, oh, maybe I'm dehydrated, and I drank water. They told me to go somewhere else and come back for like the circulation to go on, and that did not help. They called another I'm not so sure who this person is, if it's a nurse or a doctor, but they called someone else. She came, she tried, and guys, there was no blood coming out. They called a third person. At the end of the day, I had to go to a the unit in the hospital that is specifically responsible for taking blood. Like, that's all they do in that unit, just to take blood. I had like various needle marks all over my arm and my the back of my palm here. I had like various needle marks. Eventually, when I went to that department and they pierced me, it was so slow. I don't know what was happening. I don't know if my body was scared, but I wasn't scared. Like, my consciousness, I was not scared, but I don't know what was happening anyway. So that happened, and then the results came back, and I was fine. And then I was supposed to go in for surgery. So on the day that I was supposed to go in for surgery, I was told to fast. So I think I was supposed to go in at 10 or thereabout. I can't remember exactly. But then I was supposed to drink, I was allowed to drink water or a clear fluid before 7 a.m. That was the instruction. So I drank just a little bit of water. And I thought that, okay, maybe at 10:30, when they say come at 10:30, they're going to start maybe 30 minutes after that or something. But no, guys, I went in. So apparently there were people in front of me that were slated for the same surgery. So I went in, I went to the hospital at about 9 or thereabout, and I stayed till, I think I went into the theater at like 5. I think that was it. And then they gave me paracetamol, I think it's Panadol or paracetamol, one of it, 2 tabs. I took that, took a little water, and then I got wheeled into. They were so nice. This is like the highlight of it for me. I've actually never been admitted in the hospital. I've never had to sleep in the hospital, thankfully, thanks to God. I've always been in optimal health. Like, what I always suffer is malaria, and most of the time when I start feeling sick, I go to the hospital or I go to a lab, I run a test. If it's confirmed that it's malaria or typhoid, which is what is prevalent in Nigeria, I just get prescribed drugs and I take it and I'm fine. And then, so this time, this is the first time I was experiencing like the whole hospital thing. I went there, they were so nice. Everyone kept coming to check in. Are you okay? Is there a question that you need to ask? My doctor came. So I'd seen him before, so I was familiar with him. He came and he was like, this is what we're going to do. Are you aware? So you're going to have to sign a consent form, blah, 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 and all of that. I was like, okay, yes. The nurse came in. She told me the same thing. I think, was my doctor the last person? I don't remember. But a nurse came in. There were different people who came in and they were asking me questions like, are you aware of what we're going to do to you? Are you aware of why you're here? And I was like, okay, guys, I'm aware. I've answered these questions repeatedly. But I guess it's just, um, what should I call it? Quality control? I don't know what the right word is right now, but it's just to be sure that the patient is aware of what is happening and has not been coerced into doing this thing. So it was fine. I kept answering, and then eventually, when it was time for my for the surgery, the HCA, is that what she is? She came. I had changed into my theater robe. They gave me like a pressure socks because I was going to be unconscious. So they told me, I knew that I was going to be placed under an anesthesia, an anesthetic. I knew that that was going to happen. I was going to be unconscious throughout the surgery. I had like complete knowledge of what was going to happen, and it was fine. So she took me to a certain room. I think that was the room where they were supposed to. I was supposed to meet the anesthetic nurse. Yeah, they took me there, made me to lie on this very comfy bed. First, I don't know where to start. Like, the waiting room where I was waiting, I had like a little cubicle where I was waiting. It was very comfortable. I had slept, woken up, and all of that. Then they took me to this room, which is like the pre-theater, and there was this bed there. I met 2 nurses first. They asked me again, what's your name? Confirm your date of birth. Confirm every detail about you and tell us why you're here. Do you know why you're here? I answered again. And then the anesthetic nurse came in and she was like, "Hi, my name is so and so." And we had a little chit chat and she asked, like, "Where am I from?" And I'm like, "From Nigeria." And she's like, "Oh, that she did live in Nigeria for a bit." And of course, that's the conversation starter. And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, sure. Really? Where did you stay?" She said she stayed in Benin. So she taught at the University of Benin at some point. I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." I'm from the south of Nigeria as well. So yeah, we had that chit chat. We were going back and forth, and then of course again they tried to pierce my hand, and I don't know what was happening. They now decided that, oh, they couldn't find the vein. That's what I mean. And then they now decided to give me the mask, and then she told me that, oh, this is what it's going to do to you, and blah blah. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then they gave me the mask, and she told me to breathe in, which I did. She was like, "Give me 2 deep breaths." I did. The last thing that I remember is my hand falling off. She took, so she told me that she was going to take hold of the mask. And then she put her hand over it, and I took the second breath or the third breath, and off I went. I was knocked out completely. From there on, I don't know what happened. They had told me that they were going to put like a pipe for me to breathe through, like the oxygen pipe, because obviously, which is one of the concerns that I had. I was like, I'm not going to go and do surgery somewhere where they will cut my neck and next thing they will take light. And this is my neck, like if they if they cut it, I'm dead. Well, anyway, so they told me that they were going to put like a pipe for me to be able to breathe, the oxygen pipe. I think that's what it was. They were going to do that. They told me everything that they were going to do. So from then on, I didn't hear anything again. Next thing I remember is when I'm trying to wake up from um on the recovery bed, like that. They wheeled me to like a recovery station, had like this comfortable bed, and I was trying to wake up. And then I woke up and then I saw Jumana. And I was like, I didn't know myself at that point, but I could recognize her. And then everyone in my family and my close friends were calling her. I'm like, sorry, why a lot? You're going to receive a lot of calls. Jumana was very hands on. Like, I can't even thank her enough. She was there. My parents were very worried about me. They're like, oh no, we need to stay. Somebody needs to come be with you. I'm like, don't worry, I'm fine. I have friends and all of that. So yeah, that's how it went. And then I was supposed to just stay over for one night and then go home the next day. So they had asked me pre-surgery who was going to come pick me up, and I said my friend was coming. They said, okay, that's fine. So the next day I was pretty up and running. I was fine. I got myself back. I got dressed. I was strong, surprisingly. So they had given me some pain relief to take um if I do feel pain. So this is what it looks like. Today is the 18th of is today 18th? Today is the 16th. I'm sorry. Today is the 16th of September, and I had the surgery on the 8th of August. So it's a month and gone. Look, it's almost invisible. My friend's husband says it's my mark of wickedness. So yeah, this is what it looks like now. I said I was going to do a post surgery video to show the growth, the healing process. So the next day, like, I was very fine. The only thing that um happened was, I think the next day I just needed to sleep a lot. My body was trying to recuperate. I think that was what happened. And then 2 days after, I was up and about my usual activities. You wouldn't really feel it. So they used like a glue over it. So I have 2 stitches. One is up here, is within. I think that's where they took the thyroid from. So half of my thyroid. The thyroid is somewhat like this. So they took out one. And the stitched inside here. So I could just feel it. But I think over time it dissolves. Like the stitches that they did, they were supposed to are the ones that dissolve into the skin. So I didn't need to go back for them to take out any thread or any of that. And then the outer part of it was sealed with a glue. So there's something called a skin glue, and it's supposed to just fall off after a couple of days. I do not know. I'm not sure if I still have any more of it there. I don't feel like there's any more, or maybe just a little. It's supposed to just fall out on its own. So this is what the scar looks like right about now. So if you're going to get a thyroidectomy, it's pretty straightforward. There's nothing for you to be worried about. You just have to go to competent hands, and it's a straightforward process. The surgery lasted for maybe 2 hours. I'm not so sure because by the time I woke up, time had uh time had been fast spent, and I couldn't tell exactly when I came out of surgery. So they were supposed to run a test on the parts that was taken out. Okay, so there's also something that got me worried in the beginning. It was that there's a chance that it could be cancerous. The growth could be cancerous. So that's the reason why you need to take it out and do an actual test. Like they're going to run different tests on the thyroid that they are taking out to be sure that it wasn't cancerous. If it was cancerous, if it is cancerous, they're going to have to take out the other half of it. That way, I'm going to have to be on drugs for the rest of my life that would augment for the thyroid hormone. So this is supposed to produce the thyroid hormone. So if it gets taken out completely, then I have to take supplements to augment it or augment my life thereabout, whatever. I'm supposed to see the doctor next week. I haven't, and whatever comes out of it, I'll maybe let you know or maybe not let you know. The point of this video was just to tell you what happens with thyroidectomy, or when you have a goiter, or when you have a partial thyroidectomy, or when the recovery process. I'll put picture clips of what it looked like in the various stages, because a couple of days after the surgery I kept taking pictures for reference purposes, so I'll just put the clips of what each day looked like up until now. So yeah, I feel like I've spoken a lot. This is what this video is about. This is how it ends. I just thought to give you all the updates. If you're going to have this surgery, there's nothing for you to worry about. You'll be fine. In 2 days you can go back to, or even in a day you can go back to doing whatever you're used to doing. But you're not supposed to go into heavy lifting or stress the neck or like stretch too much. So that's something I was careful about. So I felt like if I had raised my neck too much, I was going to rip it open. In the first and second week, I couldn't raise my head, so I was very careful. And then I tried not to talk too much, because obviously I'll be stressing the wound. So I tried not to talk too much. I was calm. In fact, I was even thinking at some point that I probably should have pretended like I couldn't talk, so people would just leave me. So people will leave me alone, and people will not stress me with questions for like the next couple of days. But then I'm a talkative. I talk too much. So I couldn't hold it. I couldn't shut up. I kept talking. I kept answering people. But yeah, that's what happened, and I am fine. Subscribe, because I have a lot of great content that you obviously will learn from, or enjoy, or laugh, or cuss me out. But just subscribe and take this ministry to the next level. See y'all soon, okay?